Hello and welcome to another episode of Video Games to the Max. I'm your host, Sean Garner, here with me as usual, Mr. Mark Morrison.
Howdy.
And well, yes, I know we're coming to you on a day that we normally don't record the show, but I had some issues on Mondays, so I said, well, why don't we just do it on Wednesday when I went on my lunch break, and we'll do it after the opening night live at Gamescom, which already happened, but of course, Gamescom is a whole, several day event, so we know that we haven't seen it yet, but we're gonna probably get the release date finally for Hollow Knight Silksong at their little event on the 21st. We'll talk about what we thought about opening night live. We'll talk about Shawn Layden and his idea of we should have already had price increases on games every console generation. The PS5 is also increasing in price in the United States, and a few other things here on this shortened edition of Video Games to the Max, and we'll talk about all those things here right after this.
You are listening to Video Games to the Max.
All right, so really quick here, let's go ahead and get the housekeeping out of the way. If this is your first time watching or listening to us, we do appreciate you. Thank you so much for checking us out. You can watch this live on YouTube, W2M Network on YouTube, or you can just watch us later on demand as well. You can also listen on podcasts. So search Video Games to the Max. You can find us there. And also, if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you get the other things that we do. If you like the entertainment side of things, movies, TV shows, that kind of stuff, you can go and watch Riley's from Broadcasting review movies and TV shows each week. They're pretty consistent about that. They also pretty much cover everything. Like, they don't just review the movie, they review like the box office, all that stuff in there on those shows. And then also you got the Otaku Cafe that does the anime stuff for us, and they do a great job covering the that kind of thing on a weekly basis. So go check them out as well. But all right, let's go ahead and get into this episode here. So sorry if we end abruptly, as I'm doing this while I'm on my 1 hour lunch break. So as soon as we get to the time frame where it hits where I have to get off, may just have to end it right there. But let's go ahead and make sure we talk about opening night live, Mark.
Yep.
This was a 2 hour and 30-minute event, as these things usually are. Game Awards sometimes goes much longer.
Right.
This is like the lower tier of the three things that Keighley does each year between Summer Game Fest, Game Awards, and this. What did you think of just the show in general, I guess?
It's fine. Not a ton of surprises. The musical act is kind of bad, I thought. And yeah.
You did not like the Expedition 33
No
song?
It would have been better if it was like a symphony or one of the more like rockin' songs in that movie, or from the games rather.
Yeah, obviously that you don't get the crowd interaction with that, but they've set the precedent before. They have these songs where it's like all operatic or similar to that, where it's like they just want you to see how beautiful the song is, and that.
This is like an MTV Unplugged thing, or it's like no, like you're at this this is kind of a limited thing, or it's supposed to be like an event thing, not hanging out in the corner listening to some dude and a girl singing.
At least it was game related.
Yeah.
They've had it before where it used to be like bands that had nothing to do with the game.
It's not Andrew WK at QuakeCon doing that awesome singing. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, or like Imagine Dragons or
Right.
whatnot. I thought it was fine too. It's not.
I think I
it
missed,
wasn't. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I think I missed like the first half hour. Because you said 2.5 hours, and I only watched like the 2 hour stream.
Oh
So
well, I'm counting the pre-show, which
okay,
actually
yeah,
has some good. I like Carl Bossman, so
yeah.
always want to watch when he's on. But also, it has some good announcements in there. So, like Bubsy 4D was announced
No,
on that thing.
that's not a good announcement.
So, yeah.
Like the fact that people are they keep trying to make Bubsy like into a thing is like bewildering, because it's like, yo, you guys are terrible. Bubsy's always crappy.
Oh,
Like,
but
why
I
not,
mean, people know the mascot. They can make a good game.
No, that they know the mascot because of its terribleness. It's like, okay, they've had 5 swings of the bat of Bubsy games, and they've all been bad. Why do you keep doing this? Why not make it a new Kid Chameleon or a new Vector Man or a new anything else, new Rystar, or literally dozens of other 2D platformer mascots that were better games. Maybe they don't want to be sullied by Atari pumping out this shit, but it's awful.
Yeah. Somehow, yeah, I did like the joke that they pulled of Atari's still around. Yeah. So,
I mean, they are, but not any way you'd recognize anymore. Or, they're just pumping out like old nostalgia shit, right. And special edition cartridges. And I mean, they're more like a merchandising company at this point than like a game company.
They do keep buying studios though, and so that's interesting that they're sort of a publisher that also does their own stuff. And
yeah, I mean, they own Digital Eclipse, so I mean that's not like small potatoes, but I meant like Atari as like an actual brand, or like they don't make shit anymore.
They're not obviously they're not making consoles outside of that VCS thing.
They're also not making new games. It's not like oh, here's Pitfall 3.
Yeah, what they'll do is they'll like remaster. I mean, I guess technically Bubsy 4D is a new game, right? I mean, so
I'm sure it's still based on the 2 more recent Bubsy game engines, or whatever slop they made. So
yeah, it looks decent. I mean, it is what it is. There's so many things that get released nowadays. It's like, why not? I mean, the worst thing that could happen is that studio ends up, going by the wayside. Hopefully, it's not that's crazy.
That's not the worst thing. That's the best thing. They should lose their jobs because they're involved in a Bubsy game.
That's best. That's the. But yeah, I mean, any other thoughts on the?
Like I said, I missed the pre-show, so I thought that actually was part of the game, or the press conference, and then it wasn't, and I was like, all right, whatever.
Well, what did you watch it on? Because on like the official one, it's on there when it first starts.
I started it like I watched like the 2 hour. There's like a 2 hour one.
So you only watched. Okay, you watched it like after the fact when it's a 2 hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, on there they showed some decent stuff. There's as has been kind of the thing for this year, especially the last couple of years. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe is the next old franchise that's now getting a beat 'em up.
Right.
So it's He-Man, the Masters of the Universe, Dragon Pearl of Destruction, and they made fun of with the action figures in the trailer how long the name is. Absolum is actually called Absolum, not Absalom, apparently. Is that .emu beat 'em up with the roguelike stuff that looks really cool that got a new trailer. Swords of Legends is like another one of these Chinese developed games that looked really good. Along with Valor Mortis is the next game from the Ghost Runner team.
I assume, since I didn't actually see it during the thing I watched, was Hollow Knight part of this Silk Song?
No, I thought that was during the main show.
Okay.
Where they just kind of showed a little bit of gameplay.
Yeah, I might have missed that. Like, I didn't like watch it fully. I kind of skipped around a little, but to my knowledge, they still didn't show off like a reveal date. I mean, or like, you know.
Well, that's the whole point of this thing. I'm assuming that they're having tomorrow. They're having a whole Team Cherry Presents thing.
Yeah.
On Thursday, that is, I'm assuming, is going to be the release date. Because what else do you have to show? What else?
The physical versions that'll come out next year.
Yeah. So I mean, like, if this Xbox ROG Ally X and the ROG Ally have a release date around October 16th, it's got to be somewhere between September and that date, because it's supposed to be playable on day one of that launching. So it's got to be between September and October. It's going to come out.
I'll just delete that language from the trailer later on. Like, oh, we screwed up. Sorry.
Yeah, or no, we needed to delay it again. So keep waiting. But as far as, I guess, what was announced, anything stand out to you, or
for the whole thing?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I figured the Lego Batman thing probably.
No, that actually kind of annoys the hell out of me.
Why?
Because I have the idea that, like, it still won't have like online multiplayer, and it still will just kind of be another Lego game, or, you know, like, they'll have like the open world, but like to actually like progress to the stage, you have to like go, you know, it'll be like every other Lego game in the world. I thought that John Carpenter game looks kind of interesting.
Oh, the Taza Commando.
Yeah. Dawn of War 4 looked kind of cool to me. There was something they announced. Oh, I completely don't think that Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is coming out October 21st. Like, it'll get hit with like one more delay. What else? Death by Scrolling looked kind of cool. That's what they announced there. They announced a new Star Trek Voyager game just today that might be all right. Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, they showed a Battlestar Galactica game during the pre-show as well.
Road Kings look cool also.
I thought of you when I saw that. I was like, oh,
yeah,
that he's gonna like that. I guess, but
I mean, honestly, the most like exciting part of this whole thing to me was that Fallout Season 2 trailer. So
yeah, the Fallout Season 2 trailer was really good. Mm-hmm. And they talked to all of the different. Well, except Walton Goggins, he wasn't there.
Yeah, they had like a good chunk of the cast there.
But yeah, I mean, most of the big cast was there.
Right.
So, you know, that's kind of the majority of it, which is nice.
Right.
And it's, you know, coming in December, so that didn't get delayed.
Yeah.
Like
I'm for, you know, for a streaming show, it's actually kind of coming pretty quick. Like, so good on them.
Yeah, thankfully they kind of got this going, you know, fast, and you're not having to wait, and it's I mean, it looks like they got that thing well planned out. So that's the important part of all this, really, is they seemed to it hit probably way better than they thought it was going to. And then they have it very well planned out after the fact as well. So, you know, good on them for that. And
that Chinese looking the Division game looked really bad, I thought. I forget the name of it. That was like that military game, but it's like there were like zombies and shit. And it had like a bunch of Chinese or Japanese in the Like,
okay, I think I kind of know what you're talking about. Yeah,
that was kind of a problem with this thing overall. Is there were a bunch of like free to play looking games in this that you're not quite sure where it comes from, or
yeah, because they would throw to like essentially commercial, and then it's
yeah.
like an ad for a game, and then some of them it's like, okay, yeah, this is obviously like World of Tanks or insert anime free to play game here
Yeah,
or
I think the thing
whatever.
I'm thinking of was called like Cinder City or
Okay, I think yeah, kind of.
and that was like right after the I think the Ninja Gaiden for yeah, North NC Soft game. So
Oh, one of
that
the two NC Soft games. Okay, yeah.
yeah.
All right,
That
fair
other
enough.
game, that Time Takers, I think that's what it was called.
Yeah, Time
Look,
Takers.
I feel bad for that developer because
That's the other NC Soft
yeah,
game, yeah, right?
that
Okay.
thing looks like that thing looks like Concord 1.5, or it looks
Yeah,
like
it doesn't
so.
look great.
I was like, oh man, you guys, you got too far along in this project and couldn't stop, could you? Like,
Yeah. It's like, okay, that was something.
yeah.
I mean, also this thing was there was a lot of games that we already knew
Right.
were coming that they were just gonna get like we're gonna talk about more about the game and we're gonna have the dev there for like 10 minutes talking about it like Lego Batman
Right.
or what was the first one of those that they did that with?
Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty. Oh, Call of Duty, it felt like it took on forever to sit there and tell you about the
Right.
announcement and whatnot. Although it looked, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I think they were trying to hype it up as much as possible because they know Battlefield 6 got a lot of publicity.
Right.
They're not just getting to rest on their laurels this year of just being like, okay, it's Call of Duty, whatever. They really did. They have to kind of push it on this one. So we'll see. Resident Evil Requiem got
yeah, that was good.
yeah,
It's totally fine.
yeah.
That the other there's a lot of anime in this game or in this show is also that Fate Trigger game, like really bad. It's like, oh man.
It pays the bills, I guess.
Right.
Also, what do you think of the WoW cinematic or
whatever? Like they didn't give me an expansion. I didn't review the last expansion, so screw them.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Like them going like, oh, we got player housing in this one. It's like, you mean the feature that was in the beta version of WoW 21 years ago? You're finally putting that in? Like, do you think you should get a pat on the back for that or what? Because you're not getting one.
I guess it is what they,
Yeah.
think they should be.
Also, what do you think of the I mean, this is probably a little more belly, the Sekiro anime.
Hey, that looks great.
I actually thought it looked really bad. Like it looked really artificially old. Or like it's like, okay, you're trying to go for like this 70s anime look, but it's not that.
Yeah.
But
hopefully it looks better once you actually get there. We don't really know where they are in the whole development of that.
Right.
Did they just kind of throw something out there to have a trailer and then it's not really even close to the finished product? So
yeah,
we'll see on that.
Are you? I don't think you are. I'm not that much, but that Black Myth sequel, like,
I liked Black Myth okay. I'm not as familiar with this part of it as I was with Wukong, so the story part doesn't really do much for me. I mean, I guess it'll be just as good as Wukong. So,
right.
That's interesting. That's your one more thing.
Yeah, that was the last thing.
Yeah, like okay, that's how we've gotten to that point. I mean, I guess not to end it on the same thing, like ending it on Requiem, like the
Right.
Summer Game Fest. So that's I guess good on them for not ending it on the same thing. I thought survival horror really is getting if it wasn't already, it's really getting a boost now. I mean, between Silent Hill F, Resident Evil Requiem, the Project Spectrum thing,
the Bloober Team game, Chronos,
the Chronos, the Routine that's going to be on Game Pass. There's a lot.
Right.
So, they definitely got. If you're a big horror fan, you're definitely getting your money's worth as far as games.
Right.
Hey, Ninja Gaiden 4 still looks cool. Outer Worlds 2, I'm sure will look great. That to me, one of the games I was kind of excited that we got more info on is Unbeatable. That's that indie like anime rhythm game, but it's like kind of more like a beat 'em up rhythm game. So that looks
okay.
That was kind of cool.
And I'm excited for World of Tanks.
To be fair, yeah. Not hell no. World of Tanks. Who the heck? Like I thought both of them were like ads the whole time. Like it's
right.
Moonlighter 2 finally has an early access release date of October 23rd. So awesome.
Right.
I don't remember if they said that this one's going to be on Game Pass or not. But I'm excited I liked Moonlighter 1 a lot. So I'm glad that we finally got a release date for that.
Well, one of the other trailers I thought was really funny was that Lords of the Fallen 2 trailer.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Dude in that looked exactly. He looked like an older version, but he looked exactly like the main bad guy from Expedition 33. Down to the scar. Like,
yeah.
I was like, what? Okay.
Okay, the originality went out the window there. But yeah, I mean, it was a decent show.
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be more announcements that are worth checking out throughout the week and all that stuff. People that are at Gamescom getting to play things. We'll get more as time goes on with that as well too. So hopefully there's some more cool announcements for that. There was also a Future Games show, I think, had another one of those showcases as well. I haven't watched that yet. And Nintendo also had the Nintendo Direct for Kirby Air Riders.
I didn't watch that because I'm not gonna watch 45 minutes in that game.
It was hilarious because Sakurai just basically said that, "Are you sure that you want me to make this game? It's essentially like Mario Kart."
Right.
And they said yes. That apparently, Shinya Takahashi was one of them that was like big on. We want to see another Kirby Air Riders game. So it is going to be the November game for Nintendo. So November 20th.
It's not Kirby in a car. It's Kirby on a star. What more do you want?
Exactly. I mean, that's the point. I don't think it's a spoiler. It's part of the thing, but the big thing is that everybody will be able to do copy abilities in this game. So King DDD, Meta Knight, all that, they can copy somebody's ability. They don't do it like Kirby. Thankfully, they kept that alone. They're not making
that. That's kind of been part of Kirby for a little while. Like King DDD can like suck up enemies and stuff like that, and like Kirby Superstar, you could kind of
But like, okay, like Meta Knight will just attack him with a sword. If you get close enough and it'll copy the ability, you have to press down a button to do it.
Right.
And like there's like, this is kind of like similar to Mario Kart World where they have just crazy people that they kind of added for this game, that they have a character that it's like a blue dot with a tongue. and he uses a ton to copy the abilities. And you have like a new character I think they made for this called Starman that has like looks like a knight with no head or whatever, sort of. So it looks fun. I don't if I think this is at least $60.
I
Definitely
imagine.
not.
Yeah,
I'm not paying. It's just something that like I already bought Mario Kart and I hardly play it.
Right.
I already have that, the F-Zero indie game. Like, yeah.
Would you pay $60? I mean, for even like a traditional Kirby game, probably not. Like you're not.
Kirby, yeah. For traditional Kirby, yes.
Did you play the last one, or did you buy the last one?
I wanted to, but I just never got around to it in the year that it came out, and then it's like it never goes on sale. So it's like, when do I just have $60 to just throw out there to buy that? Especially because I would have wanted to play the DLC, but I would do it for traditional Kirby game, but just not for this when it's like I already bought Mario Kart World. I don't really play it. I'm not gonna have like a lot of I don't want to buy something and then don't
just have it
play
sit
it.
in the shelf.
Sit there when that's $60 I could spend on something else. There is going to be 16 players at a time can play the city trials together, so there's that too. And that's cool. I mean, they seem to make it very I guess user friendly. You only have to press the one button B to do anything in the game. You don't have to like press it to make him go or to, keep having him go forward, just make him go left or right with the joystick, and that's it. So they made this very kid friendly.
Right.
If you want to do that play with your kids and all. So that's neat. Well, let's see it. Are you worried now that maybe Metroid Prime 4 is not coming this year?
I just got rated by some Brazilian ratings board or something. I got time. I mean, I could always just kind of shadow drop it or shadow drop like the info like next month or something. Like,
yeah, I mean, they could have it. Yeah.
Well, aside from like Donkey Kong, Nintendo has no single player game for the rest of the year.
Oh, Pokemon.
Okay, but for the rest of the people who don't like Pokemon, I mean,
yeah. So that's October 16th. Now you got Kirby Air Riders November 20th. So technically, you could still have the only month you don't have a game so far is September.
Right.
So they could just drop it in, like they could literally just have a direct, which they normally do in September.
It got rated by the ESRB. That's it. So
okay. So that kind of confirms that for sure. It's pretty close, if not gonna come.
Right.
That would be some. Nintendo definitely has cojones. They would do it. Shadow drop Metroid Prime 4, have the direct, and then just shadow drop it. I could see them doing it.
Like, there you go. $80.
Yeah.
Buy it.
You think it's gonna be $80?
I imagine at least 70.
I would say 70 because it's going to be on Switch 1 as well. That way they don't have to do the whole lowering the price for Switch.
Right.
I definitely think if like they didn't make Pokemon 80, which that game could have easily been 80, I don't think they're going to do it with Metroid, where they know that they need that. They don't need that game to sell particularly, but they spent a lot of time on that game. I think they definitely they don't want to outprice people
right
for that. So I'm just going to leave it at, I think it would be 70. If not, then maybe not, maybe in 60. Who knows?
I want that. This thing has been in development for way too long for that.
Yeah, that's true too as well. Mm-hmm. But all right, I think that's it for the like showcase kind of stuff that we're going to talk about on here. Anything that obviously either one of us sees by the time we get to Monday,
right?
For the next episode, we'll talk about it then. We'll also talk about the games we've been playing on that show as well. So just to give people a heads up that we won't be talking about I am reviewing Mafia: The Old Country, so I'll definitely have some thoughts on that there. And so let's move on to some other news, especially one that came out today. PlayStation 5 prices have finally gone up in the United States after all these 5 years that Sony has kept the price the same here in the States. The tariffs and other market conditions have finally forced Sony to raise the price of the console.
Yep.
The digital edition now costs $500, which is what the PS5 regular used to cost. The regular PS5 with the disc inside that cost $550 now, and the PlayStation 5 Pro went up to $750. So it is now more expensive than the. So now the PS5 Pro goes back to being the most expensive of the consoles, but the Series X is still more expensive than the regular PS5, which is still ridiculous. I guess Xbox finally got their wish on that of thinking that they raised the price the first time, most likely because, they thought Sony was going to do it as well, and then they just didn't give a crap, so they're just like, oh, we'll just make it even more expensive. Nobody's buying these anyway. Why not just make profit on it if somebody does buy it? Does this surprise you at all that Sony raised price, or you kind of feel like it was coming after the Switch One went up?
Yeah, and this won't be the last because I'm sure they're going to raise the Switch 2 up eventually. Also, like that, I imagine the Switch 2 will probably be baseline 500.
Yeah, I definitely think that at some point they're just waiting for the. I wouldn't be surprised if they're waiting to at least get to like 10 million.
Yeah.
Or maybe you clear out of this year, get past the holiday season, and then once you hit like February or whatever, announce that the price is going up, unless for some reason the tariffs are eradicated at that point or whatever. We don't know. This, like I said, this administration changes their mind daily, so we'll see. But I'm sure Nintendo is going to hold off on that as long as possible, and you definitely don't want to be doing that during the holiday season. Or I guess maybe you could do it the other way around, where parents will want, kids will want that so bad during the holidays that they don't care, and you raise the price to $50 then because people will pay it regardless. We'll see what strategy Nintendo decides to go with. I do think I'd be very surprised if they did it before Pokemon comes out, though. Just because, that's another thing that'll sell the console.
Right.
So we'll see. However, unlike the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2, the accessories and everything else with the PlayStation 5 will not go up in price. So they'd already upped the price on the DualSense $5 before. When they were doing the price raises in like Canada and Europe and stuff. So I guess you could say they've already done that in anticipation that at some point they were going to raise the price on the console in the US. But they were able to hold off previously. So now it's just like, okay, it is what it is. It's just still, I don't care how many times we see it. It's just still so weird that at this time, 5 years into the PS4's life cycle, the PS4 was $300. It had already gone down in price.
Right.
And every console is going up in price. The Nintendo Switch never had a price decrease. It's insane. Right. And it actually went up in price.
Well, I mean, I guess it like last week and last time we were talking about this, like the Switch's price decrease was a Switch Lite. But that also took away functionality.
But you could also say the digital version of the PS5 was the same as well. Right. It's just, it's just crazy that this was happening.
Yeah.
We don't officially know the price of the Xbox ROG Ally and ROG Ally X. We do finally know the release date, which thanks to Asus revealed as being October 16th. Microsoft says they are still holding off on this due to the market conditions. The other announcement part of this was that they are doing their own kind of Steam Deck verified thing.
I don't know, man. Best Buy has the ROG Ally and the Ally X and the other one for 10,000 each. So that's their that's sort of placeholder price.
Yeah. They're going to do a handheld optimizer, which means it is ready to go with that OS or whatever, and ready for that Xbox Ally, and then mostly compatible is kind of similar to the Steam, like they have a name for it. I can't remember.
Steam Deck verified.
Well, Steam Deck verified is the like handheld compatible, but they have a name for like it should work, but it's not like optimized or something like that for Steam Deck.
Not really.
I thought they had like a second option on the Steam Deck too, but maybe I'm wrong on that. But yeah, I guess that's good. Microsoft is kind of making sure that developers will support this thing, and then also make it to where you can easily tell that this should work on the console. That's good. Make it easier for people, the ones that are going to buy, which I imagine are going to be a very low number, can kind of know what's playable on it on the box or not. And obviously you have the cloud available to you and remote play to your console if you have a console. So that stuff will probably all be available on the device as well. So it's not like that's just going away. But
right.
The other interesting thing was Shawn Layden, was once again interviewed, and he had some interesting things to say. One about Game Pass, kind of the similar thing we've all heard about. Game Pass is not good for the industry. It makes everybody kind of be like slave labor. You're working like a turnstile instead of working because you want to make the thing. You're making it because it'll just become the next piece of content, I guess, similar to Netflix or whatever. To me, like, that's not anything we haven't heard before, so I don't feel like it's particularly news. The thing that he said that is kind of interesting was he said that games should have been going up with each console generation. So essentially, we should already be at $80 as the baseline price of AAA games, because it should have gone up to $80 for this generation instead of $70. Do you agree with him that we should have seen it go up already? Or maybe even $90 at this point, because technically it was the same $60 for two generations.
Well, no, because even back in the day, like the Super Nintendo would have like $80 games occasionally. Like, I think the market
64 as well, yeah.
Yeah, I think the market can kind of bear out. Like, hey, if they want to release GTA 6 for $100, they can. They probably won't sell as many copies, but they can do it. They want to release it for $200. They will sell a lot less copies, but they can do it. Like, it's not like a base. It's not like 60 is like the minimum. But also, like, costs have gone up in developing games. Like, usually it's not like some 2-man team, or look at like PlayStation 33, like even like a 30-man or 40-man team making games. It's, a team of 100 people. And that's because, I think customer demands are a lot more crazy nowadays. Like, people want to be 4K and have DLSS and all that crap. And it's like, yo, I don't need that. And I would rather have the game play well than look good. So, but that's not what a lot of people care about these days.
Yeah. I think, go ahead.
I was going to say, like, according to his logic, like, games should be $100 because, they're in 5 PlayStation generations. So games started at $50. Just tack on $10 for each generation. You'll be up to 100.
Considering how much things cost now, apparently for AAA games, I wouldn't be surprised if you're being literal about it. Yeah, right. Should they probably cost $100? Yeah. But also, it doesn't mean that's the kind of the thing of, like, it's a give and take situation, right? You want the games to have the same bloat and graphical intensity and all that other stuff that games have, and be AAA and have open world that goes on forever and all that stuff. Well, then yeah, get ready to pay $80, $90, $100 or whatever.
Right.
If you're okay with games scaling down and still being 70 or 60 or 50, as we've seen with like, Expedition 33, Mafia of the Old Country went into a lot of crap because people were talking about it doesn't have swimming mechanics, which it does. You just can't swim because there's no open world. The game is literally from point A to point B. It's very,
right,
very, very linear. It's not meant for you to explore like the other games were. They kind of took a page out of Mafia 1 and kind of scaled it down. They wanted to make it a $50 game, and people are mad because you can't. It's like, guys, this is what happens when you scale down a game. You're going to lose the ability to do certain things. You're not going to be able to go around and go wherever the hell you want all the time because the game,
that's fine. Like I played the first Mafia game, the remaster they did. I didn't like it at all because it was like this big open world. They had shit to do in. So,
right.
If they make a linear game, it's like fine. But if it's priced accordingly at that as well, like, all right, cool.
Yeah, which I think $50 is fine for that kind of thing. Same thing with like Expedition doesn't have like really side quests, like where it's like there's narrative along with those side quests. It's just, go here, kill this thing, get an item, get a weapon, whatever. That's kind of the extent of your, same thing with like Assassin's Creed Mirage was like a budget Assassin's Creed, right? So that's kind of the thing. Is just you're gonna get what same thing. You get what you pay for, right? The price should indicate not always. The price should indicate like
that's
how much
the thing
you're
is like
going to do in the game.
You don't want to get into the fallacy of like, this game's $80 and it's only a 10-hour game. It's like, well, that's $8 per hour.
Yeah.
Or if it's like, that's like, if you only care about Call of Duty single player, that pretty much is it. Like,
no, but that's different. Like, there's you're buying Call of Duty and you're only buying for the single player, and you're paying when it ever gets to $80, that's on you, right? Because Call of Duty does go down in price. You don't have to play it day one to play the story.
Yeah.
I just think that like it's one of these things where I agree with you. You shouldn't get into that fallacy, but also as the prices increase, developers should kind of also know what you're aiming for as far as like how much stuff you want the game to have, and then you price accordingly. I do think as more expensive the games get, as we get into that, I think eventually we'll get into $80 is going to be the normal. Well, if you're going to price your game at $80, you better have enough shit to make people pay it. I really honestly, there's part of me that feels like Mario Kart World really shouldn't have been $80.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a $10 Nintendo tax on that thing, but whatever. You didn't have to buy the console by itself. You could have just bought the console with the game inside of it and paid $50. Whatever. So technically, because of that, there hasn't really been this, this is an $80 game and there's no way else for you to buy it yet. I'm sure I still wouldn't be surprised GTA will be that game, but GTA is also like the one outlier that can do it. People will pay $10 more for GTA because you're going to be playing that game for 10 years, 15 years. Look at the people that are still buying Grand Theft Auto 5 right now. So,
you will, but as far as the single player goes, which I'm sure that's the only part you'll care about. Like, I'll play it for 20 hours.
Yeah, I'm not going to play Grand Theft Auto Online. Whatever. But I do think he has a point if you're being literal. But I think the whole point is we shouldn't be trying to get to that level. Gaming should just understand that, number one, it's going to take a while for us to get to 80 because every person that has gone to 80, you've seen the backlash for it. And, again, GTA would be the only game that can get away with it. Outside of putting it into a special edition that then makes the game 80 or more, just coming out of a baseline 80, that's going to be a hard pill to swallow for almost anybody, and you're going to keep seeing the backlash. And I wonder how long it's going to take. Is it going to take the PS6 or Xbox, whatever the heck that thing's going to be called, for that to finally hit? Maybe that's when, people have to just understand, okay, we're getting into next gen. It is going to be 80. You're going to deal with it. There's still going to be people that are, 70 might now be the new 60, where, okay, people that want to budget their game 60, and then like the lowest tier is still going to be, outside of indies is going to be 50 now or whatever, so with game prices, it's always going to, go up and down, whatever. But I do like the fact that we're seeing developers kind of varying the prices a lot more now after this. We're wanting to increase it so that understanding that, hey, look, people got other things to pay. We've already seen the reports about like, Gen Z is not buying video games. You have way too many free-to-play games out there. People have way too much choice right now. They don't have to go and buy your game. You make it more cost prohibitive, the more chance you're going to have people not wanting to buy that game. And, that goes for the people that are putting out these live service games now that want to even price them at 40. That's still cost prohibitive for some people when you can go play a very similar game for free. So, we'll see how that affects Marathon, whatever they do with fair games and all the other stuff from Sony. As far as that goes, you're going to charge. We'll see. Speaking of Helldivers, another Sony property though, Helldivers 2, it's getting a HALO ODST crossover, which is very interesting. Didn't think that was going to happen that fast, like on the launch of the dang game. Do you feel like this means that something HALO on PS5 is imminent, like before the end of this year, or you think this is just like?
I mean, I could see HALO hitting PS5, but not this year. Or it'll probably just be that HALO collection that barely worked, a few years ago.
Yeah. I wonder if I do wonder, like, there's that whole still. What does this mean for Sony? Like, are they really trying to do the Xbox strategy, but further delayed with some of their games? Like, does this mean they're kind of in that talking phase of, okay, yeah, do something for us that helps Helldivers 2 sell on your console, and we'll do something for you later down the line. We'll see. To me, that's interesting.
Yep.
Also, is it going to be on PS5? Because right now that's,
I think they already said.
Okay.
The content will be so.
The content will be okay. But we'll see when that hits. That got my eyes and ears perked up hearing the HALO music and seeing that trailer is still like really cool just to see and just be like, damn. Think of how much more powerful that would be if HALO actually had a game that people really wanted to play right now. So that would
this is
that
when
would be a bigger deal.
This is when they announced HALO Wars 3.
Right, yeah, HALO Wars 3. That's the one that's gonna do it. So how do you like this? Skate is going to have a revolving door of music along with a revolving door of seasons. So the music will go with each season instead of just keeping the same music in there every time.
That's bad. What if you like some of the music on one season and it's like, oh, we lost the license. Here's some crappy music.
Yeah, that's essentially that. They are trying to avoid the whole having to take it out later because of licensing.
Right.
So I guess
I don't know. I think this skate thing seems incredibly ill-advised, and the fact that they keep like not showing it and wanting it to be this like social game. It's like, what? No, like not every game needs this social landscape bullshit that you keep trying to force upon people.
Hey, that's EA.
Yeah, but it didn't work for Need for Speed. Didn't work for SimCity. Not gonna work for this.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess Anything else you want to?
No, I know you got to get going, so we'll talk.
All
later.
right, so really quick here to end it as we usually do, the games that are coming out this week. I need to actually re-up on my PlayStation Premium so I can play Sword of the Sea. That's a day one on PS Plus Extra. It has really good reviews. So the next thing from the Journey and Pathless team.
Yeah.
That's out already. The Stick It to the Stick Man's out in early access. That's out already. Delta Force came out as well. That got a trailer during the Gamescom thing. Black Myth Wukong is out on Xbox. Again, very appropriate that they had to wait a whole year and there was nothing fishy going on there at all.
Right.
Triangle Strategy is also out on Xbox and PS5. Go buy it, people. So maybe there's a Triangle Strategy 2. Maybe, even though they canceled that's Triangle Strategy 2 that was being made. Rogue Prince of Persia also out on everything that's not Switch. Void Breaker is coming to Game Pass, and that's out on early access on PC as well. That game looks all kinds of fun. I'm excited to play that. Maybe today, for sure tomorrow. Chibi Robo's the next GameCube game coming to Switch 2 online. So, if you like the Chibi Robo,
right.
Why not?
Well, it'll credit the price of the physical copy, so that's good, I guess.
Her Thing is also coming to Game Pass, and that's out on everything on the 21st. That's that weird game where you're hurdling sheep looking like things. Assuming there's also going to be like a tax and things like that to be part of that. Discounty that looks kind of cool. It's like a shopping sim, but you also have to like go out and find things and try to solve the town's problems. I might look into getting that because I've been kind of interested in it from the first time I saw it. Particle Hearts is out on everything as well. And yeah, there's quite a few things coming. So yeah, go check them out if they're your thing. If not, there's one more week till we get the Helldivers 2, Gears of War Reloaded, all that stuff. So
yep.
But all right, until Monday.
Yep.
We'll see y'all later, everybody.
Later.
Bye.